I just reposted this on X at Pete Mundo. You can read it there. It is from someone I follow who is in the education field. And it was a message that he received from a kindergarten teacher who is retiring after 40 years in the classroom. And here's what the letter says. After 40 years in the classroom, my career ended with one small sentence from a 6-year-old. My dad says people like you don't matter anymore. No sneer, no malice, just quiet honesty. And that cuts deeper because it's innocent. He blinked, then added, you don't even have a TikTok. My name is Mrs. Clara Holt, and for 4 decades I taught kindergarten in a small Denver suburb. Today I stacked the last box on my desk and locked the door behind me. When I started teaching in the early 1980s, it felt like a promise, a shared belief that what we did mattered. We weren't rich, but we were valued. Parents brought warm cookies to parents' nights. Kids gave you handmade cards with hearts that didn't quite line up. Watching a child sound out their first sentence felt like magic. But that world slowly slipped away. The job I once knew has been replaced by exhaustion, red tape, and a kind of loneliness I can't quite describe. My evenings used to be filled with construction paper, glitter, and glue sticks. Now they're spent filling out digital reports to protect myself from angry emails or lawsuits. I've been yelled at by parents in front of 25 children, one filming me with his phone while I tried to calm another child mid-meltdown. And to the kids, they've changed too, but not by choice. They arrive tired, anxious, and overstimulated. Their tiny fingers know how to swipe a screen before they can hold a crayon. Some can't even make eye contact or wait in line. We're expected to fix all of it, to patch the gaps, heal the trauma, teach the curriculum, and document every move in 6 hours a day. The little reading corner I once built, full of soft beanbags and paper stars, was replaced by data charts and learning metrics. A young principal once told me, Clara, maybe you're too nurturing. The district wants measurable results, as if kindness were a weakness. Still, I stayed because of the small, holy moments that no spreadsheet could measure. A whisper of, you remind me of my grandma. A shaky note that read, I feel safe here. And a quiet boy finally meeting my eyes and saying, I read the whole page. Those tiny sparks were my reason to keep showing up. But last year, something broke. The aggression grew sharper, the laughter in the staff room turned silent, the light went out of so many eyes. I watched brilliant teachers vanish under the weight of burnout and their joy replaced by survival. So today I began my goodbye. I pulled faded art off the walls and tucked 30 years of handmade cards into a single box. In the back of a drawer, I found a letter from a student from 1998. It read, thank you for loving me when I was hard to love. I sat on the floor and I cried. No party, no applause, just a handshake from a young principal who called me ma'am while checking his notifications. I left my rocking chair behind, my sticker box too. What I carried with me were the memories, the faces of hundreds of children who once trusted me enough to reach out their hands and learn. That can't be uploaded. It can't be measured. It can't be replaced. I miss when teachers were partners, not targets, when parents and educators worked side by side, not in opposition, when schools cared more about wonders than numbers. So if you know a teacher, any teacher, thank them. Not with a mug or a gift card, but with your words, with your respect, with your understanding that behind every test score is a heart that cared enough to try. Because in a world that overlooks them, teachers are the ones who oftentimes never forget our children. No matter what you think of that, no matter what you think of the education system in this country, and someone with little kids, I'm seeing it for the first time, and it is broken. There are still overwhelmingly great teachers out there who are victims of the system, not anything that they are choosing to do. And I believe that's most of them. Maybe that's naive of me, but I believe that's most of the teachers doing the best they can every day in a system that gets more screwed up every day because of the bureaucracy. But when I read that this morning, I was like, man, that hits. And if you want to see it, I have just posted that to X at Pete Mundo.